Hi, I'm Sarah Noble, your host for the Modern Day Intuitive Podcast. For over 25 years, I've been on a spiritual journey, searching, learning, expanding, and growing. I've traveled the world, led by my heart, on a quest to know myself so that I can support others. This podcast was created from my deep desire to help you connect with your intuition and to inspire you to create a life where the impossible becomes possible and you live into your sacred dreams and desires. Thanks for being here and enjoy the show. Hello, my loves. Welcome to Magical Moments. Today's teaching is around how the obstacles in your life are the path to what you desire. And so often we get stuck on what we don't want, what we don't like. We create all sorts of problems in our lives based on the circumstances and events and the people that we are sharing space with. And we basically create all these obstacles that we then set about trying to fix or change or move or ignore or hide, or all the number of ways that we love to play with them. And there's this beautiful awareness when we can really sink into the idea that the very reason this obstacle is in front of you is because it wants you to look at it. It wants you to go deep with it. It really wants you to work with it and find the magic that lives inside it, so that you can move forward with just newfound wisdom and gifts and beauty that it is offering to you, if you have the courage to just be with it. And wherever you put your attention is where your energy flows. And I'm sure you've heard of what you resist persists. So these are ways that I love that really do speak to how energy works and how our being creates. Wherever our attention is placed, we put our thoughts, our actions, our words onto, and we create in that moment. And so really asking yourself, what are you focusing on? What are you giving your attention to? And how can you really craft that to your advantage? And rather than running away from your obstacles, use them, embrace them, love them, mine them for gold, because they are full of it and they will give you so much richness in your life if you run towards the obstacles instead of running away from them. Another way I like to frame this is with the Andean traditions. We work on a medicine wheel and they followed the directions. So we start in the south with serpent and move to the west with jaguar, to the north with hummingbird, and then the east with eagle. And those are the archetypes that hold the space and the healing within the direction on the medicine wheel. And in the south and the west, we look at what is going on in the physical and in the mental, emotional realms that needs to be cleared, that needs to be moved and sifted through in a way that allows for us to move into the north and work with hummingbird, which is all about finding the gift in everything, drinking from the nectar, the sweet, sweet nectar of life, and embarking on an epic journey. And what can happen is, when we view our obstacles as things that hinder us and that harm us or we don't like, we tend to be stuck in the south and the west, where it's the trauma, it's the story, it's the people, places, and things that aren't doing what we want them to do and therefore creating problems in our lives. And the south and the west is very, very beautiful and very, very needed work. We need to make our way through those stories so that we can see them for what they are, and we need to release the patterns and the ancestral wounding and the karmic loops and all those things that do keep us stuck. But at some point, we've got to stop focusing on what's wrong and look for what's right in everything. And that's what hummingbird does. Hummingbird looks for what's right. And it's a way of bringing information to consciousness when we move out of the south and the west and we move into the north. And we begin to see these obstacles as gifts that are taking us in the direction of our dreams. They're taking us closer to ourselves as a spiritual and intuitive being. And they really are the medicine that we need in order to enrich our lives and live in a bigger capacity, bringing more of ourselves and more of our love to everything that we're doing. So the tendency, right, is to make ourselves wrong. We need fixing. Oh, if I just get through one more layer of this, then I can do what I want. Then I'll be okay. Then someone can love me. Then I'll be worthy. So how do we change that perspective, right? What if there was nothing wrong with you? What if what you think is a problem is just something that you're meant to feel? It's just a place where you're stuck. It's just a place where your unconscious pattern is greater than your conscious awareness of who you are. And in that space, there's nothing broken. There's nothing that needs fixing. There's just something that needs your love, your attention, your devotion, your gifts. And you have that power, that alchemical power that lives within you to turn your obstacles into gifts. So what is something that you are resisting in your life? Something that has been sticking around, something that really pokes you. It triggers you. You do not like it when it shows up. And you just keep wishing it away and getting mad at it, possibly. How can you make that a gift? How can that thing that really, really upsets you be your gift today? See what magic and medicine you can make when that obstacle actually becomes the path to what you desire. Have fun with it. Namaste. Thank you for being here today and making your personal and spiritual growth a priority in your life. To learn more about connecting with your dreams and your intuition so that you can create a life full of possibilities, visit me at www.themodernDayIntuitive.com and see how we can create magic together. A big thank you from my heart to yours for making the planet a better place for us all.